All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol FUBO, Fubotv Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So I had a few investors comment down below, where am I getting the 200% down from? Well, when you zoom out and you actually see where this stock was, right? At the peak, like around 360. And when I did the video, we were at around 100% of gains from this point forward, right? From where we were at here, there's the line, to here. That's how I calculated over 200%. When I zoom out even more, it's even bigger. It's almost 300% of losses here, that the total amount. So I didn't want to over exaggerate, but I'm talking about 200% down from the peak. Now, if anyone got in before, right, the numbers that we're looking at right now, anywhere below here, you won't see the 200% down. Now, if you did not sell anywhere up on this way up, or even anywhere on this way down, then it is 200% down of unrealized profits that you're seeing reflect in your account. So 200% down regardless wherever you got in, all of this was unrealized profit. And if you didn't execute a sell order because you were waiting to see what happens, I mean, in just one day, this one fell pretty fast. It fell down almost more than 100%. Some people held hoping for it to come back up, and then it continued to go down. All of that is still 200% down over from the peak to where we're at now, and we just continue to see this one go down. Now, I believe that Fubotv has a lot of potential. We're going to jump in now to the resistance and support, but there's a lot of potential here for this stock. Definitely. The potential is there, and the fact that it's going to be the provider to watch sports, right? And then they're going to implement betting, right? Which is a whole thing that's getting, like, becoming a more of a norm over time. I think that's one of the biggest things right now. It's becoming more of a norm over time, and it's becoming a big deal moving forward due to the fact that, it's not something legal yet, and then it's going to become legal through the touch of a button on your TV screen or on your phone. I mean, it's going to make these sport enthusiasts and people that watch sports, they need to watch sports while betting. Like, they have to bet during the sports game. If not, they don't want to watch it, and it makes it just more fun for them. And they have that habit. That's going to be a big deal, and it's becoming more and more of a norm to do it from your handheld phone or from your TV. And Fubotv implementing both in one, there's big potential. But analysis right now are kind of all over the place. We have one all the way in the South Pole, and we have one all the way in the North Pole. I believe that the South Pole is not implementing or calculating or realizing Fubotv's potential due to the fact that it also has integration, or it will have integration of betting in it, which is going to be a big deal. It's like 2 in 1. Now, the analysis that are pointing in the upward direction, right, all the way to the North Pole, they're probably stating that's where they see it 12 months from now, or even longer, right? So they're being bullish, and it's possible. Those numbers are possible, but this has been a big collapse due to the fact of the South Pole, right, all the way down South Pole, really. Analysis throwing this down to $8, literally to the dirt. When you go back to what this was worth starting off, it was more than $8. So I don't think that's even possible. Now, they're probably taking that into consideration as well from some other things that I've seen, that when this was filed to IPO and stuff, they were calculating the share price to be $10 a share. And that's how it IPO'd. It IPO'd literally a little bit above $10, like $10 and some change. And it quickly fell down to around $9, and then it started to have this explosive growth over time. It took about 2 months until it reached that peak here. That was a big deal. And just as fast as it went up, it's going down. Now, I believe that we need to just watch Fubotv for that reversal moment, and I think that there's some opportunity for growth. And this amount of growth really fast is sometimes a big red flag. Not every case is the same, and not every stock is the same, but it is a big deal here to see this move up that fast. I mean, it multiplied almost by 3 in a matter of a few days, and just around the same amount of time that it took to go up, it's gone back down. So there's kind of an area here for cool off. It's about to happen. I don't think it's going to reach closer to $8. It's about to happen somewhere around here. If it gets closer to $8, that's a big thing, because it's literally going back to IPO prices, which is possible, and even below it. But we need to watch it because the reversal is coming. Now, there are some points here I want to talk about before we jump into the chart. So $22 range is the next support if it breaks through the supports we're about to talk about. Then we have the 19, and then we're down here at this point of the $14/$15 mark. I want you guys to keep those numbers in mind moving forward. Now, I'll zoom in and get in more detail with those numbers once we get closer to them, but we're going to focus in on these numbers right now, which are the most important for tomorrow's trading day. And as the volatility continues in that direction, we need to watch for it. So let's pull up here the MACD, and let's pull up our moving average so that we can actually take a closer look at some things here that I like to use to kind of see what's going on. So it's showing signs of a slight reversal here, right? You could see I had stated we needed to watch this closely when I did yesterday's video. It started to go down, and now it's building up again. But we need to keep in mind the amount of shares that are being bought. So one of them was 103K. That's where it started to move up. And the last two were less than 2,000 combined. So that 103K could have an effect tomorrow on bringing this up. But it needs to break through resistance and the 50-day moving average and pull this up. And this green bar effect needs to continue the staircase upwards and stay away from appearing with the light green again. It needs to kind of create some effect like this one here and pull this back up. But it's looking like a reversal is possible. It's coming because as we're going down, the beginning of the reversal started right here at $36. You can already see it here in the MACD. And it's holding itself up kind of there, consolidating. And as it continues to fight, yes, we might go a little bit more down, or we might consolidate in this area, but a reversal is soon to come because the bulls need to just break through this midway point, continue these green bar effects, get them larger and larger, staircasing upwards and pulling this up, and the stock will reflect it as well, crossing the 50-day moving average and resistance levels that need to be crossed to reach newer highs. So the closer moving average has finally been crossed, but it looks like the stock is already going right back down to it. So we need to watch that carefully. If this moving average stays below and the stock starts to pull up, breaks through resistance and continues, this could be starting a slight reversal. It could be. Doesn't mean that it will be. But it looks like it a little bit there, especially with that 100K order here. And in the last hour and a half here of these green bars, there was 200K in total. We have to see. It might not be enough to pull it up, but the start of the reversal on the MACD has started from this point. Now, it's still going downwards because there's a lot more selling than buying going on, but the reversal is slightly forming. You know, reversals don't start out of nowhere right here. It takes days for it to start, and that's what the MACD is showing us. It's been starting since here. So we need to watch it carefully. Now, it could continue to fall. Don't get me wrong. But we need to watch the MACD. These indicators don't always mean it's bound to happen, but the indicators, putting them all together, can give you a better sense of what's going on that you might not notice it just looking at the chart. So The 50-day moving average is 28.57. It needs to be crossed. If it gets crossed, we end up in bullish territory. As long as we're below it, we're in bearish territory. And if they cross it, the bulls cross it, the next resistance level is 29.29. I want every single investor to be aware of that. That's the resistance level that needs to be broken through in bullish territory, 29.29. But before getting there, we have our support, which I want to look at. And if that gets crossed, that's the lowest point in this bearish run that we've seen. And if it gets crossed, this will start to see newer lows. That's 23.22. If it gets crossed, watch it carefully. We're already in bearish territory, and that's just getting deeper and deeper into bearish territory. So I want every single investor to be aware of that. 23.22, super important point to keep in mind and watch carefully. We're currently at 24.24 post-market. It's kind of just hanging out there in a sideways movement. But if this goes closer to support or crosses it, keep in mind that we're getting deeper into bearish territory and moving further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. Now, the bulls need to break through this, but it does not signify that they've gained control and that they're guaranteed to cross the 50-day moving average to end up in bullish territory. This is just the beginning steps to indicate to us investors that the bulls are working their way up to newer highs and that the momentum is working its way up in the upward direction. So $24.99, I would round that up to $25. That needs to be broken through and turn into a support so that the bulls can start to work their way up to reach new resistance levels, newer highs, and get closer to the 50-day moving average to end back up in bullish territory. So I want every single investor to be aware of that. We need to watch this carefully. The MACD and the simple moving average that's closer than the 50-day moving average is showing indications that there might be a reversal, but that can change. There's very little volume here in these two, and there was a lot of volume here in this upward momentum. If the bulls can continue it, they will certainly break through resistance and get closer to the 50-day moving average. But until they cross the 50-day moving average, they have a long way to go to end up in bullish territory and build some upward momentum for a true reversal. So watch carefully these cues. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.